This is EpikWhale. He placed 3rd in the Fortnite World Cup, won 6 FNCSs, and he even joined FaZe. So to find out how he got here, we have to go all the way back to the start of EpikWhale's story. Shane EpikWhale Cotton was born on August 3rd of 2002 in California. Growing up, he was just a normal kid who went to school, played baseball, and enjoyed playing video games with his friends. He would play CSGO, and he would eventually find his first ever battle royale game called PUBG. He played PUBG for a few months, but little did he know that a game was about to come out that would change his life forever. Fortnite Battle Royale released on September 26, 2017, and it took the entire world by storm. Everyone was playing this game, but not EpikWhale, surprisingly enough. He initially hated the concept of Fortnite for whatever reason, but eventually he decided to give the game a chance due to the popularity of the game. EpikWhale would change his mind completely, and like many others, he became obsessed. EpikWhale would grind with his friends every day, and he would quickly realize he was much better than his friends. EpikWhale created his Twitch account on January 23rd of 2017, but he wouldn't start streaming until July of 2018. EpikWhale competed in his first ever tournament in the Winter Royale, but he didn't come close to qualifying. Regardless, he didn't let this stop him, and on January 15, 2019, he uploaded his first ever YouTube video, which was build fights. Just by watching this video, it's clear that EpikWhale is way more talented than your average Fortnite player during this time. On March 17, 2019, EpikWhale would make his first earnings, placing 12th, earning $100 alongside Sealmat, who was well known during this time. This showed a ton of potential in EpikWhale's ability to compete against the best, and he would not be stopping anytime soon. EpikWhale was about to lock in and train for one of the biggest gaming events in history. The Fortnite World Cup was announced on February 22nd of 2019. 10 weeks of qualifier rounds with the $10 million prize pool, and on top of that, a giant LAN tournament in New York City with an additional $30 million prize pool, which is a massive opportunity for anyone, let alone a 16-year-old kid. EpikWhale knew this was his chance to put his name on the map. In the first qualifier, he placed 4th, which was an amazing achievement. However, this wasn't enough to qualify for the Fortnite World Cup, as he competed in NA West, where only the top 2 qualified to the World Cup. He still earned $2,500, which for a 16-year-old at the time was a lot of money. And just a few days later, an organization, Congarna, decided to sign EpikWhale, and he was now gaining a salary at just the age of 16, which is quite impressive. But EpikWhale knew he couldn't stop here. In week 2, he placed 7th, earning $1,250. While this was great, all EpikWhale wanted to do was qualify for the Fortnite World Cup LAN, and that's what he did. EpikWhale would win the 3rd qualifier, which meant he was going straight into the World Cup in New York City no matter what happened in the rest of this competition. And on top of that, EpikWhale earned $4,000 in addition to the $50,000 guaranteed he would get from attending the World Cup. However, he still had a job to finish. Qualifying for solos was great, but he still wanted to qualify for duos as well. He would continue to place consistently around top 30 alongside Sealmat, but this wasn't enough. So going into the final duo World Cup qualifier, he decided to drop Sealmat for 40R Storm, and this choice would pay off. He placed 2nd in the final duo qualifier, which meant he was just the very few who qualified for both the solo and duo World Cup finals in New York. The World Cup finals was set to be held in the Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York City on July 26th, 27th, and 28th of 2019. This was EpikWhale's chance to show the world how good he was. He had been practicing every single day for over 12 hours leading into this event, and he would even sign with NRG, who easily had the best roster during this time. The first day of the World Cup was duos, and EpikWhale alongside 40R Storm were competing against the very best in the entire world. They were very confident going into the competition, and once the 6 games were over, they would finish in 12th place out of the 50 teams participating. EpikWhale would earn a whopping $50,000, which is a massive amount of money for anyone, let alone a 16-year-old. Luckily enough for EpikWhale, he also qualified for solos, which took place the next day.
You have the 2 young warriors out of Clix and EpikWhale, known for taking walls, taking names, and pressing forward, doing everything they can to stop their opponent.
This gave EpikWhale another chance to show everyone how talented he was, and that's what he did. EpikWhale finished in 3rd place, making himself $1,200,000 richer. At just 16 years old, he became a millionaire. As a result, EpikWhale's social media platforms would skyrocket as a result of his performance. He went from averaging 200 live viewers to over 2,000 in just 24 hours. While this was all great, EpikWhale had a passion to become the best. He had no plans of stopping anytime soon.
I'm not the type of person to like, okay, I got 3rd, I did really good, I'm gonna take a little break, you know, like.
EpikWhale's winner mindset is what separates him from the average Fortnite player, and soon Epic Games would announce the Fortnite Championship Series, better known as FNCS, in Season X, which was the season following the World Cup. In the Season X FNCS Grand Finals, EpikWhale and his newfound trio of Leno and Symmetrical would go on to place 4th in the Grand Finals. This wasn't a bad performance by any means, but this wasn't anything compared to what EpikWhale would accomplish in the future. Going into Chapter 2, EpikWhale and his brother would start their own business, the Mousepad Company, and it has become very successful. While this was great, EpikWhale's goal was to win FNCS. With the game mode switching to squads, EpikWhale decided to play with Scented, Edgy, and Rex. There were favorites to win the FNCS, and they immediately dominated the qualifiers, securing their spot into the Grand Finals. They would finish just short of winning, placing 3rd. In Chapter 2 Season 2, the game mode would change to duos, where EpikWhale decided to stick with Rex. They were known as the best in the region, so the community had high expectations. However, there was an issue. During the season, controller aim assist was overpowered. The aim assist made an average controller player look like they were cheating. The new meta of fighting on controller was to jump in a box and 50-50. This led to EpikWhale making the choice to switch to controller, which would pay off. He quickly adapted to controller and would go on to shock the world. EpikWhale and Rex won the Grand Finals, marking the start of a new legacy. Next was the Solo FNCS Invitational, the first major solo tournament since the World Cup. EpikWhale would finish in a respectable 6th place. Going into Chapter 2 Season 3, EpikWhale decided to switch back to mouse and keyboard since he knew aim assist was eventually going to get nerfed. FNCS this time around was solos, and he easily qualified for the Grand Finals. He would place 23rd, which was quite disappointing. Going into Chapter 2 Season 4, the game would change to trios. EpikWhale and Rex decided to pick up Arkham, who had just won the Solo FNCS Invitational. They immediately began to dominate the FNCS qualifiers, placing 1st, and 3rd. And of course, they easily qualified for the Grand Finals, and they would not disappoint.
Chop, we can chop. That's them, they're right under us.
Dead.
One more. Dead, nice.
Edit.
Nice, let's go, Ray.
That's for that.
What? I have a
That
same circle. Nice. Let's go!
EpikWhale, Arkham, and Rex won the Grand Finals with over a 100-point lead on 2nd place, but this was just the start. Going into Chapter 2 Season 5, EpikWhale would have his own official tournament, and of course he won. But let's not make this too long. Season 5 they won, Season 6 they also won, and EpikWhale would place 4th in the Solo FNCS All-Star. Following this dominance, Chapter 2 Season 7 was released, and the trio won yet again another Grand Finals. But soon this dominance would end. In Chapter 2 Season 8, the trio that would become their rival would form, Reek, FaZe, and Snacky. FNCS this season was a 2-horse race between Reek's trio and EpikWhale's trio, but in the end, Reek's trio would come out on top by just 15 points, marking the end of a dynasty. But right after this FNCS, Epic Games would announce the FNCS Royale with an even larger prize pool than the previous FNCS. EpikWhale and Arkham decided to drop Rex to pick up Reek. This was a tough choice, but Rex stopped grinding and only played tournaments. They needed someone who would grind and of course extremely talented, so without a doubt, Reek was the best option. They were looking very strong going into the Grand Finals, winning 2 of the trio cash cups, but people wondered if their choice of dropping Rex was worth it.
Got doubles. 200. Crack 2. Dead. Sorry. Got it. 200. Got it. Dead. Nice, bro. Nice. 0 build 3. Nice. We kill one. Nice, bro.
They won the Grand Finals, which was EpikWhale's 6th FNCS win. Going into Chapter 3, the game mode would change to duos, leading to EpikWhale sticking with Arkham. In the cash cups leading up to the FNCS, EpikWhale and Arkham would place 4th, 2nd, 1st, and 3rd, showing that their trio chemistry would transfer into duos. They won the 2nd FNCS Open Qualifier, which secured their spot into the Grand Finals, but they did not perform too well. They placed 15th, which for their standards is horrible. EpikWhale was not happy with this performance, so going into Chapter 3 Season 2, he would make sure this wouldn't happen again. And that's what he did. He placed 3rd in the grand finals, which is quite impressive. But heading into season 3, his teammate Arkham decided to retire from Fortnite. This meant that EpikWhale needed to look for a new duo. That's when he decided to play with Reet again. But just before the season's FNCS, he was invited to a huge LAN tournament hosted by Gamers8 with a $2 million prize pool. However, EpikWhale couldn't play with Reet because he didn't have his passport, so this led to him picking up Malibuca. But right before the event, EpikWhale announced he joined FaZe.
Please welcome to the stage, it is FaZe EpikWhale!
This is a dream come true for any gamer, and EpikWhale wanted to cement his legacy as one of the best, and that's what he did. They ended up winning the builds event and placing 3rd in 0 builds, earning $175,000. While this was great, once he came back home to America, he wouldn't do so well. He placed in a disappointing 11th place, and Chapter 3 Season 4 was the FNCS Invitational in Raleigh, North Carolina. He dominated the previous LAN, so people had high expectations, but he did not do too well. He would finish in 27th place, which wasn't expected. In Chapter 4 Season 1, EpikWhale and Reet would finish in 6th place, which wasn't bad, but wasn't what they wanted. In Chapter 2 Season 4, EpikWhale and Reet would have another disappointing season, placing 14th. This led to the duo splitting up, leading to EpikWhale picking up the one and only clicks. They qualified to the grand finals easily, but they finished in a disappointing 23rd place, which meant they weren't qualified for the FNCS Global Championship in Copenhagen. But they still had one final opportunity in the last chance major where they placed 4th, which secured their ticket into the Global Championship. Long story short, they wouldn't qualify for the finals, which was the first time in EpikWhale's career where he failed to make the FNCS Grand Finals. EpikWhale knew he couldn't let this happen again. Going into Chapter 5, he continued to duel with clicks and they easily qualified for the Grand Finals. They would place a respectable 4th in the Grand Finals. Going into Chapter 5 Season 2, EpikWhale and clicks easily qualified to the Grand Finals, but they underperformed, finishing in 14th place. This led to the duo splitting up, and EpikWhale would end up playing with Muzz the following season. They placed 10th in the Grand Finals, securing their ticket into the Global Championship. But anyways, thanks for watching and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you guys in the next one.